So I came across this video on Twitter, which I'm very rarely on these days. I don't too often go on Twitter. But I like I said, I did, and I came across some Twitter shit. So this lady describes, listen, we're just going to watch the video in full, and then I'm going to go back and then redo, do the commentary on the video.
Last year I turned 40, and these are things that I would not do again in my 20s and 30s. I would not get married. I met my husband when I was 24, and we got married when I was 29. At the time, I thought that this was like the ideal situation. I met the perfect age to get married. But what I realized was in the 4 years that we were married, I grew so much as a person. I graduated from business school, started my own business. I just became such a different person that I didn't feel like he was the best fit for me anymore. And I don't think I could have realized that at 29 when I said yes. If I could do it again, I would have allowed myself to have so much more growth in my life before I made a decision on a life partner. And it's really nothing against that partner specifically, but it was more about the direction that I wanted my life to take. My interests by 35 were unrecognizable to my younger self. And I don't think it would have been fair for me to take him on this journey if I didn't think that he was the right partner for the version of me that was to come. Last year. Okay,
that was 60 seconds of bullshit. This you're so full of shit. This is fucking insane. To go through all of these non-committal loops to avoid meeting you just dumped the dude because you started doing better than him. And it was that typical, he couldn't, you know what? All in all, I'm still going to do the commentary, but here's what I really think happened. Because she graduated and started her own business, I think her business took off. And then I think she started to walk past dudes who she deemed better than the guy she had. And that's when she said, you know what? Fuck this. Guys still think I'm cute. They invite me on the boat. They put their balls in my face. So I'm leaving this guy. Like, I think that's what happened. But let's go point by point.
I'm 40, and these are things that I would not do again in my 20s and 30s. I would not get married. I met my husband when I was 24, and we got married when I was 29. At the time.
So, not only did you get married at 29, you were with him for 5 years. Now, if you are a red pill person, you maybe follow Rollo Tomasi or whoever the hell, you'd say that this fits right into the, oh, so you kind of just lingered around a guy until dun dun dun, you married right before, quote unquote, the wall, right? Which, honestly, I would like to see pictures of her prior to, because it doesn't seem the wall is affecting her much, but maybe that has something to do with why she made her decision. And then this whole 40 thing, and when you ain't get married in your 20s. Listen, I hear this quite a bit, and this is aggravating. And now I hear this on both sides, men and women. This shit is aggravating. If you are for marriage, then I definitely think you should be married at a younger age. Early 20s, at that. Reason being, listen, this bullshit about growing apart, that's what people do when they're lazy. That's what people do when they just want an excuse to leave. Because you don't simply grow apart. You ignore each other. You pay no attention to your partner. So stop with the, I just became a different person. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You saw greener grass and said, I'm jumping this fucking fence. Don't you dare get a ladder. Fuck you, stay over here. I'm leaving. That's what growing apart is. But again, if you're for marriage, you should be for marrying young.
I thought that this was
also, because here's my thing, and I seen this on the clip of Fresh and Fit today. If you want to do all your shit prior to, all your adventures prior to me and our children, but that tells me how much you really value me. Not much at all. I am literally just like okay, now you're here. Thank you. I really don't want you to be here, but I mean, I am 40. Hey, yay, let's make a thing of this. No. All your memories is somebody else. And y'all get aggravated with that shit even when y'all meeting y'all two. Imagine that double the age. Fuck that. Think about all you people who mention generational wealth. Well, how are you talking generational wealth when you're spending all that shit in 2 decades leading up to meeting me? Why are we talking generational wealth now? When you were literally saying you should go on all your adventures that cost money before you meet me. Hell, I always use myself as an example. I bought a fucking Harley Davidson a month ago. That shit is expensive. How goofy would it be for me to be talking generational wealth? So I'm just gonna wait till I'm 40 and I got my shit. Like, you're full of shit. Just like every other American, you out here buying a bunch of shit that means nothing. It's including fucking plane tickets and that bullshit you buy when you're on a trip. You're not focused on generational wealth. You're not focused on being stable. All this other shit y'all put out there. You're not. You're focused on simply having fun. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And you're waiting to cash that check at the last minute. And again, that's not even women specific. That's every fucking body who preach this shit. All of you.
Like the ideal situation. I'm at the perfect age to get married. But what I realized was...
Oh, she even said it right there. Perfect age. 29. How much fun do you need? Explain that to me. How much bullshit do you need? Explain that to me. I think I came to epiphany a couple weeks ago and I asked my friend this. Are people mistaking excitement with happiness? Which would explain why so many people feel the need to be high all the time. Because when you look at what people say they want in their marriage and in their life, they want this constant high all the time. I need to love my job. Your job needs to pay the bills. It would be good if you loved it. Your job needs to pay the bills first and foremost. You don't need to be high at work. Like, oh, I'm on cloud 9 at work. Again, that's a super duper added bonus. I would love for, even at my wage right now, I don't even have to be in the NBA. I would love to be able to go hoop for a couple hours. Oh, that's my paycheck. Cool, let me go. Like, I would love for that to be the job, but it's not. I gotta drive a truck and deal with y'all 4-wheeler people in my fucking way all the time. It is stop trying to be high all the time. Damn.
In the 4 years that we were married, I grew so much as a person. I graduated from business school, started my own business. I just became such a different person.
Translation, she bought more shit. She realized her check was a lot bigger and she went crazy. Because at no point, as you saw within this, did she ever say, what the fuck he did? Or did I miss it 4 times? What did he do that made you so much bigger than him? And what happened to bringing your partner with you? So let me get this straight. If we get married and you grow, you feel like you outgrew me, you just gonna bounce? But what happens when... I remember this common thing that women always use as an example. Oh, when you guys you have all the kids and you help him build himself up, and when he's 40, he's gonna dump you for a 20-year-old model. It's like, so what is this? Is this not the equivalent of that? So now it's okay as long as you word it the good way, right? As long as you word it just so eloquently, it makes sense, and all the merrier, right? So give this person a dick and a little bit of edge to themselves. Yeah, I was with my wife, and I started owning shit. I moved up the ladder, you know what I mean? I started dressing different. Everything that I wanted in life just changed, you know what I'm saying? Including her. So I had to move on. I had to move on. Gotta, you know what I mean? Definitely won't be getting, if I go back, I would never marry her, honestly. I just, did my thing for a few decades, you know what I'm saying? Got married in my 40s, when I was done with everything. Like, that will be demonized. But because she says it, I just travel, buy some, silverware. All of a sudden, it's like this applauded thing. The fuck out of here, yo. You didn't become a different person. You just realized you probably could get better. We have no clue what she's doing now. You just figured you could probably do better.
That I didn't feel like he was the best.
So shouldn't we start making like the men's version of alimony? Like listen, she was here doing this, but now that she can buy a better plane ticket, she left. So she should actually still put into the house, 60% what she was putting in. I think that's fair. Shouldn't she be liable for that? Shouldn't she? Shouldn't some of that business come back to her ex-husband? Shouldn't it? No, of course not. That wouldn't be right. Now would it?
Fit for me anymore. And I don't think I could have realized that at 29 when I said yes. If I could do it again, I would have allowed myself to have so much more growth in my life before I made a decision on a life partner. And it's
so wait until you are more set in your ways and not wanting to be with someone before getting married. Wow. And y'all really be asking why dudes be getting on these planes. Y'all really be asking this question, yo. Like when I first heard the passport bro thing, I was just like y'all. I thought it was like, damn, y'all going all that way for pussy, bro. I seriously would just buy a prostitute. I really would. I would just buy a hooker. But then now, as I've seen it over this was like right before COVID, so over like the last 3 years, the fact that you could leave your marriage for the reason she did, and I hear this quite a bit online. Leave your marriage because simply you grew apart or you got bored, you weren't happy anymore. Am I still supposed to put in a 100% effort in marriage? Because I can't. I can't give you 100%. I can't. Because I guarantee you this chick didn't say, oh, if I outgrow you, then I'll leave, just be prepared for me to go. I guarantee she didn't say that. I put money she didn't say that. But yet, I'm supposed to put in full force, full throttle. Because you can't convince me she did. Otherwise, we don't go apart. You cannot convince me. We're going all in for each other, but yet we go apart. That shit just doesn't happen. You focused on you, which is why you got your outcome to get the fuck out. So how much effort am I supposed to put into this? Am I still, again, this goes back to just what I've been asking about relationships in general. If I'm married and she gets stuck on the other side of town, am I supposed to give a fuck? Because, that's technically us growing apart, isn't it? I don't get stuck on the other side of town. She does. So clearly we're not meant for each other, so she just stay there. At what point do we draw the line here? I can't give a fuck to 100% when this is like the finish line. When this is acceptable.
Really nothing against that partner specifically, but it was more about the direction that I wanted my life to take. My interests by 35 were unrecognizable to my younger self. And
what I liked was different, so I had to leave. Think about that. Think about that. Think about any man saying, I didn't like what I liked anymore, so I had to leave my wife. How many of y'all would be screaming like, well, did you make sure she was straight? Because we're going to go to the caption of this video. Dude, the amount of not giving a fuck that they do.
I think it would have been fair for me to take him on this journey if I didn't think that he was the right partner for the version of me that was to come. Last year I turned 40 and
oh my God. So she wrote this. It's becoming more evident the reason that divorces are on the rise. It's because women are becoming more financially successful in their marriages and surpassing their husbands. Now they have access to the men they always desired. So you settled until it no longer serves you. Damn. No matter how wrong this paragraph was, but damn. The nerve, the audacity to have this attitude and really, again, why dudes don't want, let's focus on the desirable guys, right? Always understand I'm talking about the ones y'all want, right? Not the one that y'all get a finger to, but still complain that they don't approach and shit like that. So the dudes y'all desire, just any wonder why they don't see the point in commitment, the point in pursuing the point in approaching why they would even consider getting on a plane. What the fuck is this? So you become better off in your marriage. First of all, this doesn't happen in every marriage. So I would like to see the percentages in which women start off not making more than men, but end up making more than the man. I would like to see that number. But even alongside that, why is this acceptable? Because we live in a day and age where anybody can be everybody's a provider, but anybody can be an ultimate provider, meaning you make $1 million or whatnot, or you own your own business that's really successful. Anybody can do that, male or female, anybody. But we're really going to act as if, or even just grant the permissible is not a bad thing for you to start doing financially better. Therefore, it's okay to just leave him high and dry. And again, what the fuck are you doing in the marriage in 2023 with a man you don't want? How is that justifiable? How do y'all talk all this shit and still put out shit like this? This is goofy. This is mad goofy. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna be here because, you know, I'm broke. Oh shit, I'm not broke no more. Bye, nigga. Well, what the fuck? So how can you make cheating a bad thing at this point? Because you can always be done without filing the papers, can't you? Can't you? Now, I'm not going to go to her comment section because it's like really dull. I'm going to go to this one. So I haven't seen this one yet. Literally just had this convo last night. Heard this was a common reason for a divorce. He said, seems vague as hell and shallow. What really is growth? Some damn degrees. Exactly. Imagine having kids, which I'm sure a lot of situations do, a lot of marriages do. You mean to tell me that that's what separates it? But it's in this, for lack of a better word, it's funny. Again, anything y'all complain about that men do, somehow y'all always, when y'all are able to do it in numbers, it all of a sudden becomes not really a bad thing, you know? Like, that's just part of life, you know? It's just part of life. Fuck. I don't think she's wrong for that at all. God damn it. Don't call that number. People grow out of each other in relationships all the time. Marriage isn't an exemption. And then somebody responds with this generation sex. And yes, to look at your marriage as just like, I mean, you outgrow it. What the fuck? Then why are we committing? Why? Why can't you just stay at your crib and I stay at mine? Why? Explain that to me. Why can't you just stay at your crib and I stay at mine? Why do I have to settle for somebody that will leave and break the family because, you know, it's Tuesday? Talk about not settling. Why do I have to settle for that goofy shit? There's literally no point of getting married in anymore if your partner can just pick up and leave because they feel like it. Vows mean nothing. Then she responded, again, you can't force someone to be in marriage if they don't want to. What the fuck did you read? You didn't address anything he said. And I'm not gonna Spanish out the replies because that's a rabbit hole. But it's like, you literally just said some shit you wanted to say. Because you didn't address what he said. He didn't say, let me tie her to a stove. All he said was, there's no point in getting marriage if it's a glorified sleepover. That's what I put that on there, but you get the point. It was not about forcing someone to stay. Y'all use words like this to make yourself as a victim of someone's probable abuse of you, which is fucking garbage. That is a horrible way to have any type of dialogue about a situation like this. Because you take any possible growth out of the conversation. And they want you to get married and risk half of what you worked for to a person who is feeling and emotional based. They change with the wind. Listen, for y'all, those of you who say, you ain't got half to take, stop it. Fucking stop it. Because it's a lot of shit. Listen, the working class dude like me, I still got shit to lose. And because I'm not rich, it hurts a little more. So you damn right, I want to keep my little shit that I got. Translation from Woman Ease. I went to school, got a degree, started a business, and made more money than him. He wasn't progressing as fast as I wanted, so I left. Why is he tagging a whole nother man in this shit? Why? I do want to see his reaction though. Could it just have been that the husband might have been carrying the responsibility that allowed her to grow as a result and was not as free to pursue his own? Men's sacrifices are often overlooked, especially in an era that lacks substance and has little balance. Again, that's something I would like to know. Because I'm not going to assume, but that is something I would like to know. It is possible that he was carrying the burden while she double dipped in school and work. Or maybe she no longer worked and just went to school. I don't know, but it is possible. Because she said they met at 24, married at 29. So maybe once they, got married, he took a little bit of that burden off of her that she wasn't able to do. Because remember, 24, you're not too far from college. So why? I mean, it sounded actually, now that I think about it, it sounds like she probably went back to school once she got married, which to me would say she had a burden lifted off of her. She says, why are they being angry? Then it's got replies. Because a man would be skinned alive if he said the very same thing she just said. Personally, as a guy, what she said is bull. It is unfortunate that people do not value their word anymore. Marriage is a contract you go into willingly. You don't break a contract because, because the terms are suddenly not favorable. That is what people that lack character do. I'm going to read like 3 of these and be done. Again, I'm not going down the rabbit hole. I'm trying to get through more replies. It's a contract, not slavery. Not even indentured slavery. So she wanted to break the contract and did. Her word was valid for the duration for the contract only. Contracts can be broken where one party wants that. Yeah, but you owe something after that, smart ass. You owe something after that. And why is staying in your marriage defaultly slavery? But child support ain't. Alimony ain't. Any other type of spousal support ain't. That ain't slavery. Men have been doing this for millions of years, though. Every race, every nation knows thousands of stories where men left marriages when they made a buck. Okay, and they literally put a system in place for you. They literally put a system in place for you because they said it's not fair. So, put a system in place here. Simple, your favorite word in these situations. Simple. Men don't get married just for it. They get married because they are ready. Some married women wasn't involved before marriage. What? Don't blame her. Blame the desperation of getting the ring. That made no fucking sense at all. What the fuck was that? Don't blame her. Blame the desperation she had to get the ring. But that's still her. You idiot. What the fuck was that? Yo, explain to me what the fuck that was. What the common sense? Quote, I grew so much when I got married, unquote. Isn't it pretty clear that some of that growth is due to the person that she got married to? Now she wants to discard the marriage. You know, and I forgot about that part. That if a man gets, they always, even to this day, they say, oh, you can't do it alone. If a dude make $1 billion and he made it while married, oh, well, he didn't do it alone. He couldn't have done it alone. He couldn't have became an all-star alone. He couldn't have become a CEO alone. but somehow she became what she was, alone and don't owe shit. Okay. Okay. When y'all put stuff like this out there, you're telling us, by any means necessary, you're going to get fucked. Talk to the men. By any means necessary, you're going to get fucked. If you just grow apart from her and leave, you owe something, nigga. You owe some shit. If she does it, just keep moving. Be happy you was there. That's not desirable for anybody. Just like y'all want shit balanced, we want shit balanced too. It's not sounding good right now. So Anthony Brian Logan says, I envy people who get married without running into this type of nonsense. Use that man up and throw him away. Very common in 2023. Now, when he says very common, I don't think he's saying specifically by the woman. I think he's saying I think he's gender neutral about it by saying your partner. Okay. People change. They evolve. They gain better knowledge of self, and sometimes that means people, even if they love them, aren't able to come with them on their journey. No one should have to stop their individual growth just to keep folk that won't celebrate them due to. She said he didn't celebrate her? He said that. She didn't mention that. And I don't know if you understand this, but when you make a commitment to people who aren't you, then yes, your personal growth is not the most important thing. It's not. That's plain and simple. It's not. The only way your personal growth is the most important is if everybody around you. I mean, again, remember, you're making a commitment to other people. Not talking about if you're single. Not talking about if you're just fucking somebody. If you made this type of commitment, the only way your personal growth is that important is if it benefits everybody around you. And it is the best chance y'all got. That's when your personal growth is number one. Other than that, it's collective growth. You know that shit that Umar keeps saying? Collectively. Collectively. So people are supposed to commit. Now, I know they were talking about black, but this is raceless. People in America believe this, period. So collectively, we're supposed to give a fuck. But individually, if we get there like this, everybody collectively says, oh fucking well, to your individual ass. People who like Umar, real quick on the black tip, fuck that, not doing it. Eat a dick. I'm not helping none of y'all kids. Because when you can say shit like this, and I'm supposed to just put my head down and be like, well, I guess I'm by myself, and then that's it. Well, I'm going to be by myself, period. Fuck you. I'm not mentoring our kids on Saturday. That's my hooping day. Fuck you, you do it yourself. Tilda, she graduated school and began working full-time. That caused her outlook to change, and rather than discussing the thoughts and ideas with her life partner that she doesn't hate, she bends him to do whatever she wants. Prediction: her and 6 cats to 15 years. Listen, I really don't care whether she does good or bad. I don't. I'm purely looking from this as you get to just drop me, but we're supposed to be trying to make society not do that to people. But again, I'm still supposed to, if I do get married, put my all into it. Yo, growing apart from me and dropping me ain't putting your all into it. It's not. You see my dudes talk the shit they talk about y'all independent motherfuckers. This is why they say that. This is not, it's not. It's not. I don't know what it's not, but it's not. You want this shit. So in other words, she started making more money than her husband, so she, quote, outgrew him, unquote. If he was still making more money than her, she probably wouldn't have outgrown him. This generation is funny. I'm read about 5 more. I know I'm at a half hour, but I'm feeling pretty good. To the ex-husband, wherever you are, bro, you die as a marriage bullet. Nah, that's still, what, 10 years of his life? Something like that? Because remember, I think she said, no, they were married for 4 years, but they were dating 5 years. So that's 9 years of his life. Listen, I know y'all like to preach, oh, you learned something from you. Nah. I didn't. Nah. I don't give a fuck what I learned. I'd rather learn it the other way. Or rather had a relationship that worked. This life lesson bullshit I don't like it. I don't want it. I want shit to work. I want to get shit right. Which people really don't give me credit for. They just focus on the Mr. Negative part. I still want to get shit right. That's why I uplift the negativity. I hold it high. There's a lot of right in there. There's a lot of right shit in negativity. It ain't just wrong because it's negative. There's a lot of right shit there. So I don't fuck your lesson. I want to get shit right. Why are we listen, sidetrack real quick. You people with you on YouTube or whatever the fuck, damn. Look, I used to just I came across her and she had like 40,000 subscribers. She was doing street interviews. I just, even when she blew up to 1 million, I would just watch certain clips that I liked. I didn't think she was like the next coming of fucking Jesus, despite how she looked. But y'all ass be going just in. Fucking, like, it's like, for the last month, y'all been 6 weeks. Damn. And the thing that I mostly have a problem with is y'all keep relating her to black men. As if we are just like drooling over her, bro. Dude, she's entertainment and nothing more. What is wrong with y'all? She's from Chicago. I'm from Detroit and I like basketball. Pistons fans don't like people from Chicago? That's like, damn. Let this shit go. Or blame her on something else. Stop saying black men and relating us to her. We don't know her. She knew black people in the UK. The fuck? I don't know, y'all. What I heard was she got married for the aesthetic and the sake of getting married, and not because she was truly ready. So she didn't choose her partner wisely. She likely married him for the person he had the potential to be instead of the man sitting in front of her. Okay, that last line I'll agree with, but again, I think I don't think I ever said this. I think she got married because to her, that was her best bet at getting married right before 30. I don't think that 5 years wait was on him. By the way she talking, I don't think it was on him. I think it was all her. You can see her, she's an attractive woman. I think that she was just like, this is it, I'll get married, and then she blew up. The generic, standard, selfish, toxic woman is all about me and my journey, and everything revolves around me. Zero sense of her own obligations, duties, and responsibilities. Exhibit A, and why most men should think very carefully about getting married. Okay, and for those of you who think it's just black dudes on this wave, this dude's white. It's plenty of white passport bros. The white manosphere is a thing. Stop saying that black men, or you're the only people who, stop it. Stop it. Like, America marriage is not kind to any dude. It's not. Family court is not kind to any race of man. It's not. 29 is not a bad age to get married, but I hear her. She evolved in such a way that their union couldn't accommodate. God damn. What? The union has to come. Yo, she probably didn't have kids. I'm going to assume she didn't. Because women like that, typically when they get married to somebody who they really don't like, they stay on birth control. Like, look, like I don't know how you look it up, but the best you can, look it up. When marriage don't last, like, when they get married before like, when they get divorced, sorry, before like 40, look it up. I'm pretty sure, I'm willing to put money that like 30 some, at least 30% of those marriages are childless. At least 30. All right. I swear this is the last two. One point I got is that when young and excited about getting love, we're likely to marry our trauma mates. We're mostly naive, haven't explored much of life, therefore might jump into a marriage we aren't equipped or ready to manage. With no tools, relationship, or life skills. Okay, the last part. No tools, relationship, or life skills. That is given to you by the people around you. The older people, your parents. If you're someone who's into the church. If you're into just any type of community-based setting, that is who gives you all these tools. This idea that nobody else is supposed to have any type of input whatsoever about your marriage, other than when you want to complain to somebody, other than when abuse is happening, other than when it's convenient. Nobody else is supposed to have any type of whatsoever about your marriage whatsoever. That's bullshit. We're supposed to get these skills from other people who are already married. And it's the naive part. Yes, that's why I say if you're going to be for marriage, be married young. Why? Because that naiveness between the man and the woman, not just the woman, so she can become this fucking slave that y'all always want to bring up. No, the man and the woman, their naiveness plays into each other, plays into that bonding, that molding of each other, and then they get set in their ways together. As opposed to us meeting at 30, 40 years old, you got your debt, I got my debt. My debt is better than your debt. Fuck your debt. You need to pay that shit off before you come over here. I already have a house. Fuck your house. Your house not as good as my house. It might be better, but I already got mine set up. I got my TV in the perfect spot. I like my car. We don't need your car. Like all this goofy shit. Why? The chick that this chick right now, we're currently talking about, all right, can we do this long haul, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And one problem is she's already coming in with a shit ton of school debt. I will not be combining bank accounts with her. And I already told her, which I don't know why she'll hear, I already told her, listen, if I can't combine bank accounts with you, and this is before I found out her debt, I'm not going to get married because that's stupid to me. To have separate bank accounts, because now it's just dumb. It's really dumb. How do we plan? How do we budget? How do we do any of that? So one of my deal breakers is if we can't combine bank accounts, I'm not getting married. We might as well just stay in separate houses and be a fucking meet up and fuck buddies, whatever. Because the rest, anything more than that is just stupid, at least to me. Last one. Should we call this selfishness? Why not carry him along and help him grow, since marrying him helped you grow? Exactly. I like that as the last one. Exactly. Like I said. Why? Why is it that if you're a man, you're required to carry everybody else the more you ascend? But she starts to ascend. It's Scottie Pippen. He was ordered to pay half of his pension from the NBA? What? Didn't she outgrow him? Why can't she get the fuck on? Why that ain't okay? And she fucking celebrities now too? Why can't she just move on? I think shit like that is point fucking proven. When you talking shit like her, you full of shit. Because if he had more, if you flip the scenario and he got the money, your ass not going nowhere. Which we look at when men want to do that shit. Men, they want to exercise the leverage that they got. Oh, what a pig. You want to leverage? That's financial abuse. But yet, y'all do the same shit. Except in a way that you make it sound nicer, but you still leaving somebody high and dry. Be right, not positive. will be right, not caught up in this type of goofy shit. I'm out.